212. Tonight, in a jam co-sponsored by Cherry Halls, we bring to you tonight live the band Survival Sounds at the Lyricist Lounge. And it's a packed crowd, 80,000 people live in Shea Stadium. Tonight, we got Prince, Madonna, and the Perverted Flasher, the Midnight Cocoa Butter, Portal Tape watching, live beaming down from Venus. Flip the script.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Now sit down and shut up.
Where the beat go?
As long as you don't put too much on it.
Mic on cruise with more luck than horseshoe.
While we fuse together like Ruda Kiss, we move with 10-ton thrusters.
I love Ghostbusters, but I'm upset that we're not getting anything new from the Ghostbusters storyline. The reason why I wouldn't mind seeing a reboot is because I love the cartoon so much.
I think you want a reboot because of the special effects. They can update the special effects.
I want fucking the Ghostbusters, the whole blue collar, people busting their asses to fucking pay their bills, and they do so by fucking busting ghosts. Paranormal fucking spiritual type shit.
You know what I think it is? It's more about the era, the time that you live in. Because with these reboots now, everybody nowadays just wants that instant gratification. They want something now.
They want to make money on something that has been successful.
Yes, they want that.
Which is very odd that they would reboot Total Recall. I don't understand. I love Total Recall and all, but there's so much shit to fucking go back and reboot. You picked Total Recall?
Of all things, man. Yeah. And I thought it would take advantage of the chance of actually making it more like the actual novel or the short story. But they didn't. They just went right. They went right back to the old Schwarzenegger well and tried to recreate what Paul Verhoeven did.
Well, I'm not gonna go too. Well, no, I don't think that's what they try to do.
On some bits and pieces, I haven't seen the whole thing.
I don't think that's an idea that they would do because Verhoeven is not someone that you would want to. It's not commercial.
Right.
You can't think you're gonna make a lot of movie if you're gonna try to recreate Verhoeven, because that's one of the most fucking violent directors that existed back in the fucking 80s and 90s.
Oh, absolutely.
Holy shit. There's a lot of things I can see, especially since I'm so desensitized because of the internet. But as a kid, that first RoboCop fucked me up.
Yeah, it was my first. It was my first violent movie, man. Yeah. I'm sitting there watching RoboCop, and I don't know. I was 8 years old at the time, or 9, and I'm sitting here watching this at a kid's birthday party because they had it in the VCR. The father was really excited to show it off to the kids. Watching this movie, I'm seeing Alex Murphy get disassembled, get decimated by gunshot.
Turn into a damn stump.
Oh, turn to fucking salsa.
There's even movies today that don't even come close to what Verhoeven did.
Yeah. Verhoeven he does propaganda very fucking well, and he loves to show like how the media can manipulate situations.
All of his movies are like that. Except for Striptease.
Yeah, Striptease was a good.
I don't think I've ever watched it straight through. I just wanted to see Demi Moore naked.
There you go.
Was it Striptease? I know, because I thought his movie was the one that had the bitch from... Shit, what the fuck was she in? That blonde chick from, was it Saved by the Bell?
You're talking about...
You're thinking of, damn it.
Fuck, what's the name of the movie?
I know that Joe Esterhaus wrote it, but I can't...
Showgirls?
Showgirls.
That's Verhoeven.
Yeah.
You're talking Elizabeth Berkley.
That's Verhoeven.
That's right.
That movie had like one violent scene in it.
Really?
But regardless, who fucking gives a shit? I'm talking about even Verhoeven became more... Especially by Starship Troopers.
Mm-hmm.
That movie... the only film that they done of Starship Troopers.
No, they made like...
They're coming out with a reboot.
Well, no, they did it.
I'm not talking about...
They did like 2 and 3,
You're not talking about the direct-to-film sequels that they did?
No, man, no.
Nigga, but I'm just saying.
I'm talking about the only one that Verhoeven fucking directed. I didn't realize this would have been such confusion. But only one of them was Verhoeven, and even although that one was violent, it did not hit as home as badly as fucking RoboCop.
Yeah.
Or even Total Recall, because Total Recall, man.
Well, there's shit ton of satire in fucking Starship Troopers, so I don't think even the first Starship Trooper hit nearly as home as RoboCop did, or
Why did we even start talking about it?
I don't even know. We were talking about fucking Star Wars. Thank you, sir.
We just
Hear me.
Let's just keep talking.
I don't get a fucking beer.
Well, you can have this one. I've already had 4.
You're already
We're
fucking
done.
drunk.
Yeah, I am.
It's like, holy shit.
You lucky, because I was like, I see the beer in your hand, and I have this in my hand. I'm like, all right.
It's like you're holding the prop.
You're like drunk like 2 beers ago.
Now I'm like, well, he is my boy, so just give him a beer.
My God. Was this the last one?
That's the last. Those are the last 2 beers. We're out of beers now.
Holy shit.
Yeah, shit. I need like 3 more beers just to get to your level.
Oh man.
So what is this, like a flip the script mini-sode?
You can just chop it up in editing.
This bitch doesn't even drink, so I don't know why you gave him
I'm trying to get him drunk.
Hey, I'm cool.
He-
I'm cool.
he never gets drunk.
I am a social drinker, man. I will drink with people. I can't. I'm not compelled to drink when I'm home, unless I got people over or something like that. When I'm out and about, man, I don't drink either because I'm always driving. So the only time I drink is if I'm at home and I got people here and they bring beer or something like that.
I just wanted us to get tipsy and drunk and just sit down and talk more.
Talk that yang, man. Talk the
Is there
yang.
any more vodka left, or is it gone? From last time we were here.
What time is it?
It is
It's past midnight. It's like 12:30.
12:35. Yeah.
They don't stop selling shit till 2.
Damn.
Is that vodka gone though? That's been gone, right?
Oh, I took
Yeah,
it.
he took it with him. Yeah.
What about that other
Sure,
thing
it's
you
fucking
bought?
over here.
That,
The Irish cream, we killed it that night.
so there's nothing left?
It's a fucking dry house.
We just got beer, man.
Wanna go
But Jen
for a
and
ride? No, I'm parked in front of you two. Damn.
you parked in front of Adam, but Adam's
No,
the
I'm parked in front of you. Devon
Oh
parked in front of
yeah,
Adam.
but he's open, and he's the most soberest motherfucker here.
So you would have to drive. Can you drive?
Yeah, I can try.
You can just hit the gas station and just get a 6-pack.
There's 2 gas stations. There's a Circle K that's right around the corner.
Nigga, we don't care about the fucking details. Whatever's close. We got options. You can hit to this one.
Oh,
Like, no,
let's see
it
that.
doesn't matter. It's just whatever's close, so you can just get a 6-pack.
It's just, man, entertainment nowadays is just so fucking crazy. We grew up in the 80s and the 90s. Our movies and entertainment was more masculine,
So
in my opinion.
fucking old. So old to fucking be like, we grew up in the best times, bitches.
We did.
Every generation can say that though.
Our heroes are
You
like,
know what? Look
But
at
this
black
is the thing.
exploitation films of the 70s.
Well, this is the thing,
look
man.
at John Wayne in the 50s and the 60s.
our heroes were like
And-
Schwarzenegger and Rambo and shit. What are their heroes now?
And cats had Eastwood and
Yes.
Wayne in the 60s and shit. I
And
mean,
nowadays, what are their heroes? Fucking,
I
what's his
don't know.
name? Twilight and all that shit. Are you serious? These motherfuckers don't compare.
motherfuckers got Jason Statham. Yeah. Niggas got Jason Statham in the here and now. And although some of his movies do blow,
I was about to say, man, I'm like looking at his fucking portfolio.
yeah, you know,
The Transporters, they were just ridiculous.
But it seems like he's always playing the same type of role every movie.
Mhm.
That's
To be
what's scary.
fair, to be fucking fair, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
yeah.
That's true. I see your point. Yeah.
Fucking Stallone. It's safe for like maybe a few movies like Copland and
The thing is, I'm a bigger fan of Arnold. When those guys were feuding in the action scene,
yeah.
I was always a bigger fan of Arnold. To me, Stallone, yeah, he was the shit in fucking Rocky 4.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you go back to Rocky 1, it's very artsy-fartsy, and you could really appreciate him as an actor, but as an action star, really, shit, God, this
First Blood. Oh my god.
fucking
One of my favorite movies.
Demolition Man, he was the shit.
Demolition Man.
And that was later in his fucking career. That wasn't like in the beginning and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that fucker from Tango and Cash.
I think back then it was more about straight up violence. Now it's more about special effects and CG.
That has a big deal. That has a big part
A lot
to do
of
with it
shit
now.
in the fucking 80s, maybe even late 70s. Going back to what we were saying with Verhoven and shit, a lot of that violence it hit home. It was urban.
Yeah.
You can call it urban violence because
you lived.
yeah. You know, and then when you look back and see a lot of the Bronson movies and Death Wish and shit like that, all those settings were fucking like the projects and shit. It's like shit that could happen in real life.
Fucking real deal.
You know, it's like you look at that shit, it's like, dude, if I leave this theater, this is really what's out there.
Jeff Goldblum's waiting around the corner with the knife.
You know? I could leave this theater and get raped and shot because of the gangs and dilapidated fucking environments and shit, man. It hit home. That's why when I first saw RoboCop and shit like that, I was like, fuck. How fucked up is that as a kid? Especially Total Recall. You know what fucking scene fucked me up?
What's that?
The scene where he was running from those guys after he came from Total Recall. Well, Recall.
Yeah.
He's going up the escalator, and that poor dude looked like he just fucking traveling, coming back from school to like see his family and parents.
Oh,
got
shit.
his backpack and shit.
Yeah.
And Arnold starts using that fucker as a shield.
Oh, wow.
And I like look at that poor guy like he just wanted to go home to his family.
And he just got
I started thinking of the whole backstory of that fucking guy. I create a whole backstory of this poor fuck.
This is not the first time he's done this.
I create backstories for everything.
We were watching Mobile Suit Gundam one time, and we were watching the scene where Ramuro cuts one of these big aircraft carriers, big aircrafts in half, and they show a scene of these two Xeon dudes inside the aircraft.
They're just chilling.
And they're just chilling. They're talking to each other like they had the water cooler and shit. And then this fucking beam saber just comes right through the plane.
Damn.
And Jose came on like with dialogue all for them niggas.
Damn.
Hey Frank, I'm thinking I'm finally gonna ask Maria out like to get married. I'm like, that's great, man. You're gonna finally get together. That's great. Yeah, hey, I just had a daughter and stuff. That's fantastic. What the fuck is this flaming sword? You know, it's just, oh shit. I have this crazy thing about if you create a story, it should be life. No one should be one-dimensional.
No.
Everyone should have a fucking story, not just thrown in there. That's
Even
why when
extras.
that's even extras. They all have a fucking life. So even as a kid, I watch shit like Total Recall and see this poor fuck getting murked, being a shield to protect Arnold. I'm like, God, what about that guy?
Why is he there?
So those old action movies, they had so many people that are so throwaway and killable.
Oh yeah.
It fucks with you.
Here's a good question. What do you think was the shift from that style of movies into now? Where do you think everything just shifted?
I don't
That's
know.
a crazy movie to fucking bring up that, really shifted a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe I'm saying this. The Matrix.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That is a defining
What
film.
I was, you know what? I was just watching that before I came here too. I swear to God, I was just watching that before I came here.
Because when you look back and see a lot, because you could go back and see a lot of old movies and say, "Fuck, this is old."
Yeah.
But there's always that movie that could be a transition. So it's tricky to find that movie that's a transition. But if I look back, I'm like, The Matrix. It was a crazy time around that time when The Matrix. You had Dark City. You had a lot of these movies
Dark
being
City,
surreal
awesome movie.
and like trying to be different.
What is it about the Matrix that you think was that shift into today's style of movies?
They wanted to pay a lot of focus to the fighting sequences to make it look realistic. That was one thing. And the actors actually learned it. It wasn't something that they were not pretending it. They actually learned it. They actually choreographed so many. There's a lot of movies now that a lot of the actors will take that choreograph that they did not do back then. If you go back and look at Dudley Moore doing any of his fight sequences from any of his Bond movies, they're a joke.
No, not Dudley Moore, but Roger Moore.
Roger Moore.
We ain't talking about Arthur. Hey!
I was just thinking that.
Hey! Where's my drink?
So I see what you're like. Back then they were just acting the part. Now they're becoming the part.
Yeah. Well, that's the advantage of having people on the set like you and Mo Ping, who can, who takes that approach and tries to get you ingrained in the choreography so that it looks more authentic. And if anything, that's
which is funny because they're not doing anything new. They were just taking shit that they saw from the Hong Kong flicks.
I was about to say,
you
Asian flicks.
You can go back and look at Bruce
then,
Lee, and like he's been doing that shit since the fucking 60s and 70s.
Absolutely.
So now we're bringing that shit into fucking The Matrix, and that shit came out what, late 90s, early 2000s?
99.
Was it 99? Oh, I'm thinking it was like 2000.
I remember when I saw that shit. I was so high watching that movie. So fucking high. And you know what? I had to watch that movie like at the very front row of the theater because the theater was packed.
Wow, no kidding.
My neck fucking hurt watching that movie.
That movie changed lives.
Yes, it did. What about you, Soul? What do you think was a shift?
Well, like the shift from what the old-fashioned action movies to the modern action movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's kind of been uneven because
look at Casino Royale.
Yeah.
And compare that to
Casino Royale, though.
Like a Roger Moore movie. You know what I'm saying? You can see that they did a huge difference between them.
You got cats like Bruce Willis that are still around, and what the fuck? Oh. Oh yeah, I already closed the sweetheart. You've got the movies that's with Bruce Willis in them that still seem kind of like old timey action flicks, and you got new action movies that star like somebody who's not an action hero. I can't name one at the moment, but
When did Die Hard
Here's
come
my
out?
thing. It's just like back
Like
then,
88?
like the 80s and 90s was the scruffy dude, the Charles Bronsons, the
Yeah.
Schwarzeneggers. Now it's the pretty boy, the Ryan Reynolds, the Jason Statham's playing the action hero.
I can't help but say I like those guys though. I still like Brad
They
Pitt.
do make good
I
movies.
still like.
Is Brad Pitt an action star?
He's been in some action movies, but I just say he's all over the place.
What-
He's
What's the last
Mr. and
action
Mrs.
movie
Smith.
made? Yeah,
That was an action movie. I'm
But
not
when did
gonna front,
that
man.
come out? That was
was
like,
like-
That was like mid 2000s.
But it was not focused just
that's not a
strictly action. It was
definitive
also, like,
movie
comedy.
of
Yeah,
this
it was
time.
comedy.
Though.
It was Doug Liman, so you know, that's what he does.
And he wasn't the sole focus.
No, Angelina Jolie.
It was
as
really
well.
a buddy like type comedy. But he was in that. But what else was he in? That was like action. Because
Fight Club was a little bit of action.
That's not an action movie.
No, that's
It's not an action movie, but it had action in it.
I would definitely pick that movie as a psychological thriller.
That's more of a like
None of
psychological type.
the
thriller.
Ocean 11s, the 12. That's not action. That's just more.
That's
what
more
is that?
sh- more
Suspense?
Like thinking of Brad Pitt in that action role, like fucking Bruce Willis or fucking shit. Even Nick Cage was even more action movies than
Snatch.
fucking Brad.
He was
that's
a
not
boxer.
action
He was the boxer. That's not an action movie.
If you fucking throw a fist,
It's not an action movie. I'm just saying he did action.
It's a heist
in the
movie.
Yeah.
It's a heist movie.
Well, the point is
As
this:
so
Brad Pitt.
poor.
Because the reason why I'm having this discussion is because when I saw World War Z trailer
Oh shit, that's right.
and I look at that, I'm like, Brad Pitt's never really been sold as an action star,
No.
which is surprises me. Think about it.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking country loves the guy.
Oh yeah.
How come this guy's not an action star? How come he never went that route?
I think he wanted more, and I think he had a lot of. He's very big. He's been very good at picking good scripts.
He's old now.
Yeah, but
He
he's been
is
pick,
old.
he's always gone out of his way to pick a good script.
Yeah.
Like I can't think of too many Brad Pitt movies I have not liked that I actually gone out of my way to see. Like I mean, I wasn't crazy about that movie he did with Robert Redford, but I understand why he did it.
We saw it.
Spy
in
Game?
theaters.
Yeah, Spy Game.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, and it was
Yeah.
very. I could say it's very slow paced, and for some reason I was just thrown off by that film.
That
But,
shit bored me like Enemy of the State.
oh damn, you didn't like Enemy?
Exactly.
Really?
Exactly. That's why I brought it up, because the fucking world loves Enemy of the State.
I love
Well, they
Enemy.
love.
That shit
They will love Will
bored the
Smith.
shit out of me.
People love Will Smith.
I got no problem with Will.
Yeah.
I don't-
Not at
nobody has any
fucking
problem with
all. But that movie bored the shit out of me, because that was supposed to be the movie that put, well, even though he was in fucking a couple of fucking sci-fi action movies.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be really the one that really stand him out, because the other two was, it's almost like they give it to him to like build him up, and then finally Enemy of the State was supposed to really be that role that's like, hey, I'm gonna do something out of sci-fi, because he did two fucking sci-fi roles, Independence Day and what was the other sci-fi one he did?
He did shit.
It's not iRobot, is it?
No, he did another movie.
There was
right
two
after
that he did back to
Independence
back
Day.
that really fucking put him out there.
As
It was
a,
Independence
like-
Day and
Bad Boys. I know he did that, but it wasn't sci-fi.
yeah, exactly right. There was another
Fuck,
one.
there was another movie he did that was sci-fi.
Right now,
related.
people, whoever even hears the
Fuck,
shit, you
yeah.
fucking dumb
You sons of bitches! How
We're
could you
gonna-
forget and not know this right off there? You know what?
It's all right. We'll read the comments, you cocksuckers.
It's all right.
okay?
We're fucked up right now.
I won't.
Y'all nitpickers need to shut the fuck up.
Yes. So
And everybody who's cool can still roll with us.
2/3.
We'll get back to it. But
I'm just being an
back to my question. So, what do you think? So, what was the shift?
Maybe I'm thinking of fucking. What's his face? Goldblum, because that fucker was in Jurassic Park and then like fucking Independence
Yeah,
Day.
you might be thinking of
Yeah.
Jeff Goldblum. But as for the shift, I gotta agree with Show. The Matrix was definitely
Matrix
a
changed some shit.
defining film. It was a very cerebral movie as well as being an action film. Keanu Reeves, that wasn't his first rodeo in action films, but that was definitely a movie that broke a lot of conventions and also showed a lot of prowess when it came to special effects. It's kind of like the Star Wars. I'd say it's very close to Star Wars, the original one, and how that was a revelation for cinema.
Star Wars did back in the late 70s.
Yeah, it pretty much opened up kind of a new canvas for film and how action movies are done. I'm not saying the Matrix is the greatest movie of all time or anything like that, but
It's up there though.
but it is an important film because it helped to kind of drive. It helped to drive the way cinema went.
It changed Hollywood's focus to actually change things.
Yeah.
It's like,
methods were developed for the Matrix when it came to how the CG was
Two
done.
words.
The special effects is
It became
Bullet
a focus
time.
that's...
yeah, bullet time.
Bullet time. Everybody jacked bullet time.
I was going to say more like along the lines where they decided like, although this is sci-fi and shit, let's actually add substance to it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times that was not a focus. They just wanted to make that quick cash. And Star Wars did the same thing. It was a fucking space opera. That's what they called it.
The Wachowskis set out to make a movie that they wanted to make, and Lucas set out to make a movie that he wanted to make. And they wouldn't even think about the money. They just wanted to put out a piece of something that had never been done at
Now
the
keep
time.
in mind, we're talking about like when this movie Matrix came out, a lot of studios, followed suit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking movies before that was so different. The problem with those movies, they were ahead of its time. Mm-hmm. I'm talking shit like Blade Runner.
Oh yeah, that's true.
2001.
Oh yeah.
These are movies that were so fucking ahead of its
Clockwork
time.
Orange.
Oh,
my God.
sweet Jesus.
Kubrick, man. Kubrick and you mentioned Blade Runner. That's Ridley Scott. Alien was ahead of its time.
Yeah, those are movies that are really ahead of its time. But when they made those movies, a lot of studios try to recreate them, but they fucking failed.
It's just something about those movies that make them click and work and gather an audience. And I don't know. I just think that
And a lot of kids today, man, they have a hard time going back and seeing Blade Runner. Like, I can't watch that. It's boring. Like,
Which amazes me. Which amazes me because I think that movie is kind of ageless. There are points of it that do look old, but at the same time, the story's so engrossing that I get past that within just a few minutes.
It's like anime, man. Akira changed the shit.
It's like if you realize how much Blade Runner influenced games and anime as well.
So do you think
God.
that back then movies had more of a storyline, but now it's more action-packed and CGI?
Well, they had to
special effects.
because the special effects weren't there to be the main focus.
But
they
do you
were
think
like icing on the cake back then? So it had to have an
Here's-
engrossing story.
Here's a question now. Do you think that since people nowadays have a shorter attention span, that they need that CGI and special effects just to keep the attention of the audience?
Well, yeah, it is short attention span theater nowadays. I mean,
I'm about to say, I was born with a short attention span.
yeah, but I mean,
And I was born before the fucking 80s.
but I bet you can focus more than some kids nowadays, man. I mean, you got the YouTube
I don't know.
you got the YouTube generation. You can jump on YouTube and watch like any amusing clip that's 15 seconds. There's memes born off of YouTube clips, and people now are hyping things that people post on YouTube, which are a new form of entertainment. And I'm not here to shit on it or anything like that. But at the same time,
But what is their
it's-
age of fucking being 15 and 16 compared to fucking millions of years of fucking hard-built fucking hereditary that's in our genes? I don't think we're giving anybody any enough credit.
yeah. Well,
Because we keep giving them this fucking stupid, feeding them this bullshit, these
Yeah.
reboots. Because sometimes society surprises the unholy fuck out of me when they actually do release a really great movie and people fucking follow it. They
Yeah.
fucking fall in love with it. It's just, I don't know. Society's fucked up, man. I can't wait till everything ends in December.
Oh, damn. Oh yeah, to bring that up. But no, I listened to the
If it
Nerdist.
don't happen, I'll be depressed. We should record after that day. I got fucking wasted. I'm like, what's wrong, show?
The post-apocalypse day.
We're fucking still here.
So what do you say? You say you listen to the Nerdist podcast?
I listened to the Nerdist podcast, and Chris Hardwick feels the same way. Our attention span has just gone down the tubes. He includes himself in that, but he says that us as a society, our attention span is next to nil. He was talking with, I think, Neil deGrasse Tyson when they were talking about this, and the fact that they wonder what our attention span will be 100 years from now, as opposed to how small it's gotten now. I can't imagine. Everybody's gonna have ADD by the time 2100 rolls around. But yeah, that kind of scares me. I've got an attention span. I can pay attention to shit all day.
Don't worry about that.
Here's my thing. It's like we sitting here talking about this shit. Like we talk about RoboCop and Terminator and Rambo and all that.
Yeah.
We remember that shit. Who's to say that the kids nowadays are gonna talk about Drake and all that shit 10, 20 years down the line? Are they even gonna remember that shit?
Everybody likes to reminisce about their heyday, and I don't think that's ever going to change about human nature. I mean, I listened to my parents talk about, how good it was back in their day. We all romanticize how good it was. I get joked about on Gundam about a lot for having nostalgia glasses, but I like to talk about where we've been because I think it helps to shape our present and our future.
I like that.
And I like to talk about it because I like to share that knowledge with people so that they themselves may be able to take a piece of that, especially if I made a mistake or if I have a lesson to pass down to someone. I like to talk about it. And I think
but even we look back and see like the original Transformers, we see how retarded it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's a piece of shit show. But I mean, it's a toy cartoon.
It's not like we're really blinding our fucking selves.
But when we're 8 years old, our level of our level of what is quality and what isn't.
I can't even see Voltron again, man. I fucking tried. That shit's hard.
You know what amazes me is I sit and I watch Transformers Prime, which is the most recent Transformers cartoon series.
He fucking loves it. He shut the fuck up about it.
It's still got the voices of Peter Cullen and Frank Welker in there as Megatron and Peter Cullen being his Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
And that show
those guys
is
ain't
light
immortal.
years.
They're gonna fucking die.
They're gonna fucking die. But that show is light years better than the original Transformers cartoon series. And I'm amazed at the writing. I'm amazed at how they are. And I'm so glad that as an adult I can appreciate that show. And when I look back at the original Transformers cartoon and see it for the toy commercial that it is. And I know that Transformers Prime is a toy commercial, but it's a cleverly written one. And it's got a lot of gravitas. And any character could die at any minute in that show. They've killed off a numerous amount of characters in that show. And it's pretty dark for a fucking kids cartoon. And yet, I'm amazed that I'm just glad to see all that talent come back to reprise their roles in a show that's much better written than the original show that they came from. And I'm glad to see that the show has grown up to meet its audience as well as entertain the young folk as well. So I like that. And as Jose said, Show said that the original show is total shit. Who knows? But yeah, the original show it comes out pretty poor. I mean, I still have fond memories of it, but I try not to let nostalgia kind of gloss over how bad.
Regardless of how fucking bad the show is, the toys were fucking awesome.
Yeah, the toys of the fucking 80s, I don't think have ever been recovered because I still collect figurines and stuff and whatnot nowadays, as nerdy as I am.
Grow the fuck up.
And damn. And I look back at the toys we had in the 80s, man, and they could not be fucking rivaled. The Transformers and G.I. Joes that we had, even fucking He-Man. It's like I didn't collect He-Man at all.
Do toys even exist today?
They do. You still got the Batman and comic book figurines.
Because when we grew up, we loved our toys, but when the video games came into our lives,
that was like the evolution.
It's like we didn't even fucking care about toys.
The jump off.
Now these kids today, they got video games from birth.
You know how you feel about the whole Transformers thing?
Yeah.
I kind of feel the same way about, and I have to thank you guys, especially you for putting me onto that the Looney Tunes show.
Oh, you been watching?
Yes.
You been watching Looney Tunes?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yes. I think I'm almost done with season 1, but I'm done with season 2.
I got 2 episodes I gotta watch now.
But just watching that show, it's like the updated version. And I'm like thinking I'm like watching the show. It's like
Taffy's an asshole. Eh?
Yes, he's such a douchebag. I just want to choke him. Like, oh my god.
Oh my.
But he makes the show so great.
I said it would not be the show it is without Daffy Duck.
Even the neighborhood realizes. Woo! Did you see the one with the dinner with the newspaper being stolen?
Yeah. No. I think I was watching this morning. I was watching the episode. What's it called? French fries.
Oh yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Fucking wouldn't share his French fries with Porky.
Yeah.
What a dick.
All he wanted to do was watch that fucking football game.
I'm watching this. I'm like, little kids wouldn't understand this shit, but adults would understand this shit.
It's entertaining on every level,
yes.
and I hate when people like to bash the show because they don't think it's like the Tex Avery cartoons or the other shows that Chuck Jones and them put out.
Sometimes you have to realize it's a different time.
It is a different time, man. And half them shits were racist as fuck anyway.
Yeah,
and that's not the people who made them, but the fucking cartoons themselves.
And that's the problem with nostalgia glasses. You refuse to see that you aren't in a different time.
Yeah. They still hold their humor though. I can still go back and watch. That's one thing about Looney Tunes. It's like the ones from the 40s and the fucking 50s. Oh my god, them shits are still funny to this day. Tom and Jerry too, but
the new Tom and Jerry.
No, not the new Tom and Jerry. I'm talking about the old Hanna-Barbera and Tex Avery Tom and Jerry's. Yeah, the one that didn't talk. Those shits are fucking hilarious. But yeah, Looney Tunes, man. That show
is awesome.
That show, I'm engrossed every episode. I watch that.
It's all about the dialogue with that show.
And I love the shit they get away with, man.
Yes.
The fucking innuendo and just Kristen Wiig. Kristen Wiig just kills me every time it's Lola, and
people can't stand Lola.
Lola is nutty as shit.
They want to compare to Lola from the fucking Space Jam. I'm like, what the one shot?
Yeah.
You're gonna compare her to that because she was like 2-dimensional and she was just there to be sexy?
That's what I'm saying. There's a great divide amongst fans that love Lola from Space Jam. You know, the one fucking time, the first time she shows up.
Creepy and fucking boys that jacked off to her.
Yeah, no doubt.
They can't jack off to her now because she's got this crazy personality that you actually want to like her because she's unique and different.
She was in Space Jam. I never saw Space Jam.
She was the sexy bunny that was in there. She was part of the team and she was like the best player on the team, I believe. And next to Jordan, of course.
I was about to say, man, Jordan.
Yeah, the best cartoon player on the team, and she was Bugs immediately wanted to tap that ass.
Yeah.
But in this show, it's the opposite.
I can't jack off to this, Lola. I can jack off to the Space Jam, boy.
This bitch is nuts.
That's really what it is, man. Just fucking let it go.
It's fucking wild, man. I'm so glad you're watching that show.
That show is great.
I fucking love that fucking cartoon, man.
That show is great.
I still remember when I fucking got sober.
Yeah, I walk up in the show's house.
What you watching?
It's like I forget why I came over to see like maybe you had.
Oh, I just got my new TV.
Yeah, you got your new TV. I come over.
You don't come over often, so it's got to be. It's probably gonna
This
be
is an event.
So I walk in and I see Looney Tunes on this beautiful, gorgeous new 3D television. And I was like, what the fuck is this? This is Looney Tunes? What is this, a new rendition?
I think my reaction was like, oh shit, whoa.
Yeah.
You haven't seen this?
I haven't seen it. So, and they had a marathon was on, right? Because it was like episode after episode. Because that was, they showed one episode and there was another one right afterwards.
There was one playing and then I told you, like, whoa, you never seen this?
Never saw it.
Oh, we got to pull up on demand.
Is that what we did? Holy shit.
I had to download the whole first season and the second season. Like, I gotta watch this shit from jump.
God damn, that shit was so cool.
It's like the only thing I watch on Cartoon Network is Looney Tunes,
Adventure Time,
regular show, and of course Adventure Time.
Adventure Time.
Adventure Time is the one I will fucking go out of my way to watch.
Yeah, man, new season.
I can't wait till Monday, son.
Oh, is it this Monday? Holy
this
shit!
Fucking Monday.
Fucking Adventure Time.
That's how sorry my life is. It's like Adventure Time, The Walking Dead, and then Looney Tunes is at 8 o'clock on Thursdays, right? Is it Thursdays or Wednesdays? No, Tuesdays.
Right.
So it's like, I say to myself, what bullshit in my life do I have to go through until I can be rewarded with this show? Am I the only one that thinks that shit? So
I kind of feel the same way when it comes to how long I have to wait for the premiere of something. It's like
when Adventure Time comes on Monday, I say to myself, I gotta go to school that fucking day. I got this shit due that day, that shit due that day.
You got to jump.
I get to see Adventure Time that fucking day. Just like, you know, like when Saturdays come along. All right. All this bullshit Saturdays when I get to see the new JoJo. Actually, I see JoJo now on Fridays.
Oh yeah, true.
And then Sword Art Online, which I actually haven't seen.
Oh shit! Today it came out. Yeah.
I was busy watching Skyfall, so I didn't get to watch the simulcast.
Oh Skyfall, shit! That's another discussion next week.
Next week. Because I haven't seen it yet, so otherwise we'd be talking about it right now. But
the Skyfall. It sounds like Adele, because
it is. I'm really thinking about watching Skyfall and then right afterwards watching Argo. I wouldn't mind seeing them back to back at the Premiere Cinemas because it's like the cheapest theater. We can go see that.
Fucking sneak in.
Yeah, sneak in. Oh yeah, I can fucking.
You guys didn't hear that, sorry.
Oh shit. But I'm dying to see Argo, man. I've been wanting to see that shit for a long time.
Dude, you probably can download it by now.
Probably. Oh shit. Belay that nonsense.
But we got.
I have not seen a Ben Affleck movie in the theaters yet, and I got in a debate with Neo about that because he still thinks Ben Affleck is trash.
Are you serious?
I was like, dude, the man has redeemed himself 20 times over.
Yeah.
With every film that he himself has put out, the man can direct himself, and he can put out quality material if and he's in charge. I mean, the man knows film. He took a lot of lessons from like directors like Sidney Lumet and other people too, and it shines in his work. And I love Gone Baby Gone.
He got tired of living in Matt Damon's shadow.
Oh yeah,
that shit got to him.
Yeah.
Let's not forget too. Let's not forget he used to fuck J-Lo too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. He got up in that ass.
Yes.
And what an ass.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
I actually saw Jersey Girl.
You actually watched it?
What's that?
Oh, Jersey Girl was a
That was
Kevin
back
Smith
when they
movie.
were. That was back when they were actually dating.
Yeah, and she gets killed off at the beginning. It was right
She
when
dies
they broke up.
quickly, and then it's really a movie about him and the daughter.
Yeah, and then Liv Tyler shows up and becomes the love interest for him.
Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler, man.
How old is that?
She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous, but if she's gonna age like her father, she's got 2 years left.
Hopefully her mother genes will kick in.
I don't know, man. She's got her father's.
I don't want to look at her now. I just want to keep watching the Vision from Armageddon.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of Vision,
Is that when she was at her hottest?
Nah, she was pretty hot in the Lord of the Rings movies.
That's right.
Yeah, man, she was pretty hot as what's her name, Arwen, or whatever, man. Shit, she was amazing.
That's right.
And fuck, she was good looking in what was the movie she was in? Oh motherfuck! Oh, she was good looking in Incredible Hulk.
He's gotta go.
Yeah. What to say, man? It's like
We gotta
2
go.
o'clock.
All right. Well, to be continued, gang. Part 1.
This is the funny thing. Is
Commercial break.
It's just like it's no guarantee I'll even have another beer.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't be in the house knowing that there's no more beer.
Yeah, I feel.
You know,
You mean the beer's done already?
That's it. You guys had the last 2
Oh,
beers.
you
I would be
I'm not-
drinking right now with you guys.
All right, then we need that.
Well, you haven't even finished that beer.
I'm not touching it until because I got to drive, so I'm already fucked up.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not.
How many beers did you
I'm
have?
good. I'm not fucked up. I had 1.5.
How many beers did you have?
1.5. I'm good. I'm
You
not.
can finish that beer before we leave.
No, I'm good. I will drink. I will reward myself with it when I get back. So it's cool.
It's gonna get warm, man. You
I'll
put that shit in the
I'll
fridge.
put it in the
How
fridge.
about? How about I drive your car and you finish that beer in the car?
I'm good.
Dude, you're drunker than any of
No,
us.
I'm good.
Dude, I will
Bullshit.
drive.
I've had 4 beers.
Brother,
Dude,
I will
see
finish
you.
this when we get back. The place is like 5 minutes around the corner. Trust me, we'll be back in 10 minutes.
Dude, you're Lee Majors.
I know.
You
That's
get
what's-
drunk quicker than any of us.
No, that was back then.
No, fuck
That
you.
was back then.
You're so full of
That was
shit.
back then. I used to fall asleep all the time. I ain't
You're
gonna
so
front.
full of
I used to
shit.
be the first motherfucker to fall asleep. I ain't gonna front.
Oh my
You were
god.
That's
the
not me
first
anymore,
person
though.
to get drunk.
Because I would fall asleep. That's why.
Jesus.
Yeah, this shit used to make you drowsy, but you were much bigger back then. So
Yeah,
You're
that's
talking to a man that drinks every night.
And back then, when we used to record and I would fall asleep, I
Oh,
was
yes.
working 7 days a week. That's what made me so
yeah,
fucking
you were
tired.
fucking grinding.
I had no fucking days off.
Oh god,
Because I didn't want to go home.
I don't know why you put that as your cover picture.
I fucking love me some honeybee, man. She's cool.
You know what upsets me is she's hotter in the cartoon than...
Yeah, absolutely.
That shit upsets me.
Absolutely.
You know why that upsets me?
Why's that?
That makes me think that every animation I see of a hot bitch, that in real life, they're not even close to that fucking, that little image.
But it's true.
And I don't want that image being destroyed.
There are some voice actresses that are gorgeous.
You ever watch-
I'm not talking about voice actors. I'm like saying, imagine if the fucking cartoon of Black Dynamite existed first and then the live action, then I got this fucking image of Honeybee.
Oh,
And this
wow.
is what I get.
Wow. And
Imagine in a world where fucking everything animation becomes real life and all these fucking hot bitches become
I think Kim Whitley is a nice, thick-looking.
she's
sister.
don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
She's
who's
nice
that?
and thick.
Kim Whitley.
Kim Whitley played Honeybee,
But
and
she sure as fuck don't look like that.
No, she plays Honeybee in Black Dynamite, and she also voices her in the cartoon for Black Dynamite. This is the cartoon rendition of her right here, and then in the movie, of course, she's a bit thicker in
How
in
fucked
real
up
life,
is that in
but-
fucking sexism?
Uh,
That you have these male characters they pretty much recreated.
yeah, they all look.
The female one,
They had the.
they did not want to recreate. They wanted to make her sexy.
They had to turn her into Pam Grier, basically.
How fucked up is that?
You guys ever watch Archer?
Archer, I've only seen a
Episode
few
here and there
episodes.
because I'm waiting for another show maybe to start, or there's nothing on TV. Archer's the only fucking
Are
thing.
you serious? Archer's fucking awesome.
Archer, I give you.
I don't dislike any of the episodes I've seen.
Uh,
It's also plays the part is the fact that I'm tired of that fucker's voice.
yeah.
Are you tired of?
He's also
H.
he's
John
the same
Benjamin?
voice as like Bob's Burgers, right?
I fucking love this show on Comedy Central, though.
That's fucking
The band.
fantastic.
Well, nigga, damn.
That's great, but we've heard his voice in fucking everything, especially when you grow up watching Cartoon Network, Adult Swim.
Home movies, man.
Bob's
Sweet
Burgers.
Jesus.
Yeah, home movies.
Home
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Home
Bob
Movies,
Burgers.
Bob Burgers.
What's
He's
his
even
name?
he's in the Venture Brothers.
H. John Benjamin. John Benjamin.
I'm just tired of that voice. And he's in Family Guy.
Yeah, he's a Family Guy. I like him personally. He was in
he was in
Dr. Katz as Dr. Katz.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, it's not that, even if this shit goes fucking viral and then fucking this motherfucker here's a little fuck that guy. I'm like, dude, it's nothing against you.
No. We're fans of him, but I see what you're saying.
So you're saying oversaturation of
it's
H.
like
John
fucking
Benjamin?
Slurpee Spike, man.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
You know that cat got a.
I feel the same way when I see actors playing different movies. I'm like, can't you just find somebody else?
There's not that hard to be a fucking dude. This might be insulting, but it can't be that hard to find unique voices out there. I'm sure there's so many fucking stars voice actors out there.
Mm-hmm.
Give these fuckers work. When you fucking give this voice actor, when you give this motherfucker like 20 different roles, especially fucking Slurpee Spike, Jesus fuck, he's like in every domesticated anime
game.
Now in fucking video games.
He holds the record.
You know what upsets me? No, I'm not surprised as fuck at all.
He just got the Guinness World Book of Records. We're talking about Stephen Blum.
Beating out fucking Frank? Not Frank, but fucking...
Yeah, he beat out
Frank Welker?
And Nolan North.
Jesus fuck, that guy's in everything!
In video games, he got the Guinness World Record of how many voices he's done in video games. Okay, goddamn it.
We gotta pause for the cause. We'll be back. Fair run.
Upset.